So in this drill, players will be closing out at 5 different spots. On that last spot, we have a coach there that's going to give a good hard rip, either left or right. And again, the player has to close off with one hard step on that last closeout. So here you see, again, a hard closeout. They got to get back to the middle. And as they get back, that next guy will go. I think there's 2 mistakes that players can make as they close out. I think the first mistake is not closing out hard enough or being too low in their closeout, where a good shooter is just going to make that shot. It's not going to affect them. But on the flip side of that, a player can close out too hard or too high, where a good offensive player is just going to rip and go by you. Each right now, but if maybe there's a shot clock eventually, it's something we might go to. Now, this next part is going to be our lane closeouts. So again, this is another good closeout drill you can use at the start of practice to work on defensive slides, getting into a closeout, really getting to that first hard jab step where you have to cut off the driver, and then you're getting back. We have our players yell basket, basket, basket on that, as they're backing up or backpedaling, and then they defensive slide across the baseline to the other side. And the thing I like about these drills is, again, it gets your players moving, it gets them active, it forces them to communicate and talk. So early in practice, we like to do these drills because, again, it's really something that's going to get their bodies going, it's going to get them moving. But you're also working on technique, and you're working on individual things that they can do to get better as a defender. So again, we like these drills. It's something. The next line, cues for coaches. You should be watching technique, and you should be watching their effort, their communication, and how they're talking. And I got criticized on a previous video. Somebody commented and said, that's not how you should close out. The NBA does it like this. NBA players don't close out like that. And to that I say, we're not coaching NBA players. We're not coaching NBA level athletes at the high school, middle school, or youth levels. So we have to teach it a certain way so that our players can break down. They're not going to get blown by off of a drive. And because we don't have a shot clock, we're going to teach it this way. If we did play with a shot clock, we might teach, to run by, fly by. But we're going to teach it this way so our players break down the right way. So as you see, they'll close out to the free throw line, go into a defensive slide, sprint up to the half court line, close out, do a defensive slide, come back, go to the next free throw line, defensive slide out, come back, and then they'll go to the end line. Now the finisher here is when they get to the end line, they close out, they go out, they come back in, and then they're going to sprint around the outside. And then when they get to half court, they're going to turn and backpedal as if they were the first defender back. So they're backpedaling, they're talking. We tell them to say basket, 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 or whatever cue you have defensively. Teach them to call that out as if they.
Lines. Guards can get 3. Guards can get 3 lines. Guards can get 3 lines. Here we go. Here we go. Ready? In a stance. In a stance. Go. Close it out short. Close it out short. Good, good. Good. We should have 2 lines with the bigs. 2 lines with the bigs. Let's go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Close out. Working on our closeouts right here. Key to the defense, having great closeouts, having great closeouts. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, coaches, listen up. Coaches, send them on your own. Send them on your own. Coach Kane, you send them down here. T-Mac, you send them down here. You need 2 lines down there with the bigs. Here we go. Ready? Close. Close out. Good. Jump off. Jump off. Good.
At all levels, 4-on-4 shell. Key concepts is we're jumping to the ball like 2-on-2 and showing our back numbers by swiveling the head so we can see ball, you, and man. Coaches make sure the offense triple threats it for a 2 count, then move it so we're getting proper jumping to the ball technique, and you can correct their mistakes. Weak side should be halfway across that midline from the rim on out. You should be on the rim line if you're 2 passes away. If you're 1 pass away, you should be in the passing lane.